Something big just shifted. You can feel it. It's not a rumor. It's not speculation. This is a coordinated move by the world's financial giants. Every headline right now is a distraction because behind the scenes, the pieces are being set for a global reset of how money actually moves. And right in the center of it all is Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse just made a statement that confirms exactly what we've been saying for years. But this time, it's different because this time, the rest of the world is finally catching up, and we're about to break it all down. Welcome back to the show, everyone. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're looking to support the channel, hit that thumbs up. It's free. It takes you 2 seconds. You can do it right now, or you can do it in 2 seconds from now. Just get it done. Without further ado, we're jumping into it. We got a lot to go over. Bitcoin, $122,869. It's currently down 1.34%. Ethereum coming in at 4,490. It's down about 4.5%. And XRP, $2.87. It is down 3.37%. as the total crypto market cap is coming in at $4.27 trillion. Now we get this breaking news. The UK, they have officially announced its plans to lift its Bitcoin ETF ban for all 69 million residents. That ain't policy, everyone. That's what we call permission. And the timing, well, it couldn't be more suspicious because right as the US regulators start softening their stance and Europe quietly opens new corridors for tokenized assets, right? Makes you scratch your head. The floodgates are opening. And once the first domino falls, institutions won't tiptoe in. They're going to stampede. I'm ready for it. Between the 69 million residents in the UK that will have access to ETFs, between all the ETFs coming to life in the United States, the amount of money that's about to enter these crypto markets are absolutely, it's insane. It's insane. We are going so much higher, folks. And look, if you're sitting on crypto right now, you don't still have a strategy for how to cash out, how to diversify, and how to actually protect what you built, that's exactly my 101 strategy calls are made for. Do you know where your exit liquidity is coming from? Do you have a DCL sell plan? Do you know what happens when you move that money back into your bank? If not, you better stop guessing. And let's get it mapped before this next wave hits, because what's happening in the UK, well, it's only the beginning. And then Ripple's legal victory didn't just give XRP regulatory clarity, it gave it credibility. All I know is that the rest of the crypto world, they owe a big thank you, a lot of Christmas gifts to Ripple and their employees. Because if it wasn't for Ripple fighting the SEC for the 4 years or however long it went on, the rest of this industry would not have clarity. And now, because of Ripple, we're seeing the rest of the industry starting to get clarity. For the first time in crypto history, digital asset went toe-to-toe with the SEC for 12 rounds, and they won. All the other crypto companies out there, they just bowed down and paid the fine and admitted defeat. That win, though, it flipped the entire narrative overnight because institutions now have cover, legal clarity, precedent, and a green light to build. And quietly, that's exactly what they've been doing. ETF proposals, they're surfacing a lot of ETF proposals. Liquidity corridors are starting to reopen, and XRP is no longer treated like just another altcoin. Wall Street's realizing it. XRP isn't speculation anymore. It is infrastructure. It's the oil for the pipes that they're rebuilding. And while everyone's distracted by meme coins, their real money is positioning for settlement rails, not for speculation. Then we get this, because this is where it gets freaking bizarre. Joe Lubin, I haven't seen this man in ages. He doesn't look like he ages either. The co-founder of Ethereum, for those of you who don't know, he just confirmed that Swift is using Ethereum for part of its tokenization pilots. Sounds bullish for ETH, right? Well, think again. Listen to this.
A bunch of us were in Frankfurt for the announcement of Swift Ledger, and sentiment has changed significantly. Since the start of Ethereum, we had to stay on our own DeFi rail. TradFi had to stay on its DeFi rail, and never should the two touch or cross, or there be dragons, so horrible things would happen. The vibe in Frankfurt at Sibos was very different, and the feedback that we've heard from banks and that Swift leadership has heard from banks is very positive. It's basically about time for TradFi to merge or make use of DeFi.
So Swift is the messaging layer. It's how institutions talk to each other, right? Not how they settle. Ethereum might test the concept. That's cool. But it comes to actual settlement, fast, low cost, cross-border transaction. There's already one network already proven and integrating at the banking level. That's Ripple. And what comes next takes this conversation out of the crypto world entirely, straight into the foundation of Europe's financial system. We're talking right here, folks. Look at this. Most people have never even heard of Target 2. This is the largest payment system in Europe. It processes over $2 trillion a day between central and commercial banks. And here's the part no one's reporting. Ripple is already wired into Target through the test network gateway. That means that Ripple tech is already sitting inside the rails that moves the euro. Think about that. It's sitting inside the rails that already moved the euro. The European Central Bank plans to upgrade Target 2 into a DLT-based interoperable system by 2026. And guess who's ready to power that? Exactly. Ripple, XRP. You're not looking at crypto adoption. You're looking at the quiet integration of the next monetary system, one that runs on blockchain liquidity, and Ripple's already in the room. And that leads us over to this, to Brad's statement. This represents the future rewiring of the financial system. Brad spoke about this at the Blockchain Summit, Fireside Chat. Sure, the videos are going to be coming out. This isn't hype we're looking at. This is actual strategy. Ripple doesn't just build for headlines like a lot of these other companies, blockchains out there, right? They're building for central banks. They're building for governments. They're building for remittance companies. They're building for the future of finance. So when the rest of the market trades volatility, well, Ripple's been building the pipes that everything else is going to run through and everything else is going to connect through. And that's exactly why these moves, the UK ETF uplift, XRP's legal clarity, Swift's DLT test, and the Target 2 integration all connect back to that one line. The financial system isn't changing someday. It is changing right now. And Ripple is the blueprint. We are seeing regulations pop up around the world. And I can tell you this, I said this before, and I will continue to say it. Every one of these countries, they were waiting for the US to make their move, to get policy out, because they were going to take the US policies and they were going to adopt and adapt their policies around that. We are going to see ETFs and ETPs pop up all over. And that is the big money. That is where your institutional money is going to enter the space. And that is how they're going to get the general public involved and into crypto. And that is what we need. We need the institutions becoming our biggest cheerleaders, pushing this thing out and promoting it for us. The days where retail were able to move the crypto markets, that is way, way far from over, folks. This is all about institutions and institutions pushing this market and them sending crypto into the next leg of going forward. And this bull run is not done. It's just getting started. So here's the truth. While retail traders chase the next 10x meme coin, the global financial elite are already locking in the rails that the next century of finance is going to run on. Brad Garlinghouse didn't make a statement. He dropped confirmation of what is being built and has been being built for years. A system of where XRP isn't an investment, it is the infrastructure. And when the world finally connects the dots, the price won't move because of hype. It's going to move because the world's money depends on it. The rewiring has already begun. Now, the only question left is, Are you going to be part of it? Or are you going to be left watching from the outside? Because I'm going to be part of it. I'm going to be rewriting history with Ripple in the XRP community. I hope you are as well. Hey, make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out. I hope you enjoyed, folks. We are so close. I'll catch all y'all on the next one.